Good morning, Mr. Jeff here with Jeffrey Konich's American Kempo Leadership Academy in Hudson, Massachusetts. Go ahead and check us out online, karateforfree.com. First word karate, number 4, free.com. You can also see the link right on top or bottom of this video, depending on which platform you're looking through. So today I'm going to continue on our daily posts that we put out every morning, somewhere between 9 and 11. Now we're all dealing with this crisis, and I like to offer some ways that people can still stay productive. This was originally put out for my students at first, so that way they have a resource to kind of connect to that coincides with our virtual training program. So if you'd like to learn more about that, go to karateforfree.com and you'll actually be able to try out the program for a couple of weeks absolutely free. All right, so today we're going to build upon certain stances and positions that we have been using since day one, and it started with our stretch. This is kind of our widest position right now, just in terms of feeling balance, until our hands are down like so. You can go back to video 1 and kind of start there. I'm not going to talk about some of the positions I go into, but today I have 2 specific topics in mind. First, getting your heart rate up just a little bit, just so you can feel that it's actually beating faster than it was when you were just sitting around. Right? Next, how to take that heart rate and bring it back down. Now, it all involves focus on the breath. My hybrid students, my martial arts students, my yoga students, all of it revolves around the breath, every movement. Because if you can't breathe, you can't focus. If you can't focus, you can't train. And you can't do much of anything. So, make sure you check with your doctor and make sure your parents help you setting up a practice area if you try any of this stuff that I show you today or anytime. So I'm going to start off, and I might have joint pain, I might have injuries, I might be a little older, I might not be able to jump around and run around and jog and just do things that all the young people can do. Well, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up in terms of pace. So you decide what pace you want to work with. You don't have to try anything you see. You can try a little bit. Find what works for you. You know yourself better than I do. Now, I'm going to start off with that neutral, natural position we have where we just bend our knees. And I start doing this. Weightlifters, this is the position for a Jefferson squat, right? Where you pull the weights up in between the legs and bring them down. Okay. Boxers, you're familiar with this. I don't even have to say. And the rest of us in the martial arts world, we know this. In the yoga world, they know this as warrior, right? The subtle difference is where your feet are facing and whether or not you're super linear here or you're a little bit wider, right? Having that line in between you instead of riding it, in other words. So you choose whatever position you want. Whatever one works for you. And now we're going to bring the breath into it. I inhale, and as I exhale, I just sink and drop enough. And now I don't want to bend forward, and I don't want to bend back unless I intend to do so for some purpose. Okay? Otherwise, I'm tall. I can already feel it on this leg. Now, all I want to do from here is switch legs. So I'm going to put my feet where I know they need to go. And I'm just going to keep switching. And I can naturally feel it out because we talked about relaxing and using tension yesterday as well. I want you to be able to be completely relaxed until you settle into a position that's familiar and then tense up. And then hold it for a moment. Then when it's time to back off, relax. Okay? So we're going to use that switching method. Very simple. Right? And we can build that up too if you get into it. There's all different ways you could do it. All different ways you could do it. Right? On the basic level, it's step, step. Okay? So we'll take that and what we do next and kind of build upon it. Now, basic warm-up from the couch or the bed to standing up, all right? So you can look at our other video of what happens when we're laying down in the stretches that we do. There is one on the YouTube channel, AKLA Inc. You can look that up on YouTube. These videos will be broadcasted on there after, and then you'll see some older videos too, some silly ones too. But all good, informative videos. So, heart rate's up. I'm starting from this position, and I'm just relaxing. Just getting my wrists moving. As slow as I need to. I just get the wrist moving. And notice how I'm still moving back and forth. I haven't stopped my movement, so my heart rate's gonna keep going. Anytime you need to slow down, if your heart rate does go up, don't just drop to the floor. Right? Take it easy for a second. Slow down the movement and make sure you got something to grab onto. Okay. Whatever I do, I try to balance it out in some way. Doesn't have to be for the same amount of time. It can be random, so to speak. All right, now I'm gonna get my elbows into it. See, I bring my, just like so. As soon as I start moving the elbows and the shoulders, now I'm getting a good upper body movement. I can go super slow. See? Now I'm just going to see how symmetrical I can be and see what this feels like. And this is a good one to do in what we call the horse stance. This is simply just a frame, a workbench to hold you down to the ground so you can develop the mechanics of the upper body. This is a good one, like Pete Townsend, right? Or Elvis. Elvis did Kempo, you know. Look it up. All right, now I go in the other direction. Now I want to do this side. And notice as I'm doing this, I'm kind of drawing a circle towards the corner of the room. See, it's a diagonal circle. And I can go both ways on that. And if I want to get more of the lower body into it, I just start moving the hip and the foot. Now if I'm in that horse stance, it's pretty easy to do that. Face the corner. I can keep this hand at bay if I want, or I can do both. Okay. And just keep changing what I'm doing. So this is the circle, but I could also operate on a line anywhere on that circle. Yeah. Or just go slow. Now if I step my foot back, I can move it to the other circle, see? Rather than having to switch and switch. You do it any way you want. Really, you're just building your awareness of the geometry of the room around you. You know, hey, I can see over here, so if I step here, there I am, right? Helps you to get balance. Again, it's something natural. Kid's rolling down on a skateboard on the sidewalk, and then he trips on a rock and goes flying, and you hear his foot drag on the ground, come up behind you. There I am. Okay. Even the basic yoga fundamentals. Warrior, right? Whoa! Sometimes it's so natural that it's hard to see. Okay, so we'll go back to our drill we did where we're focusing on when I had the pads down, like so. When I had these pads down, and we're focusing on these being the corner of the room, and I'm stepping to be able to face a different direction. In this case, I want you to just be aware of where they are when you put your feet down, okay? So I'll grab the other two. So we have the other two here. And I'm here and I can see them, right, out of the corners of my eye. As soon as I switch, now I see that one. Now I see that one, okay? Intermediate students, advanced students, make sure those toes are facing the corner that your nose is facing, okay? Or your belt knot if you're wearing a belt. If you're just doing the yoga side of it and focusing on the balance and the grounding, of any of these positions. Same thing, right? All you got to do is just turn your toes. Gives you more leverage, right? This way, I could go too far, right? If I want to hold it strong, so I don't do any stretching up here, all my movements here. Okay? Any version I do when I get deeper, in our system, this is the wide kneel. We get really low. In a lot of the Kung Fu systems, they do a lot of these similar positions with balance. So, getting to it, I start here and I switch. Now, basic level, breathe in. Go front foot and then back foot. I could go back foot and then front foot, or I could do both. Right? This is a step up, but you could always go. See? With a similar pace. Less damage on the joints. These maneuvers become useful when you're caught off guard. Right? Like we all are right now, being stuck in our house. Now, I want to add my arms into it. These motions I was just doing, I'm going to use these little circles as I'm switching my feet. Breathe in, in. Okay. And I can use this one now. Pivot the whole foot. Be very careful not to get yourself. Keep it with your shoulder. And if you have shoulder problems, this might be tough. You could always just go slow, hold your shoulder, bring it up, hold it, bring it down. See what you can do. Wherever you can bring it, it's fine. Even if you can only go this far. Move in the general direction that you can't go, but don't do it in a way that it's going to injure you. And consult your physician and anybody who knows what's going on with said injury or ailment. Okay. Just going to the horse stance. Of course, I'm not striking here, but I am snapping into a firm position. See? Put my hands out as the relaxed. On the slowest level. Now if I just take it and step back, or I can step back this way and do any number of movements with my hand. Now, I can do one going in one direction, one going in the other. Or if my foot's already in front, pivoting on the front. See, go in position and then switch. Or I can just go super slow. Okay, now your heart rate's up. You can take it to the next level if you're capable. You decide that. as your heart rate's up, it might be a little harder to talk, might be a little harder to breathe. But now is a good time as ever to practice it. Being able to relax when my heart rate's up. Now, while I'm in this chair, you can also see I can do movements while in my chair to also get my heart rate up. Okay? Or I can just simply do this. So I'll work through that. But what I want you to do from here is just sit nice and tall and focus on that sound we talked about when we breathe. Right? What you got to do when you clean your glasses or your phone. I hope you're using disinfectant to clean your phone right now, though. Breathe in with that sound. And then as you breathe out, do 5 to 7 breaths like that. Don't worry about how long you can hold it or how much you can take in. Just worry about being able to stay relaxed here and relaxed here. You'll feel your heart rate start to drop. And I'm inhaling in the belly, deep in the diaphragm as much as I can, trying to keep this relaxed. Now, as you're focused from that, your heart rate starts to go down, right? Now, again, if you have any medical conditions, check with your doctor as you do this, so that way you're doing it correctly according to your situation, right? Now, this theme of these live meetings is wake up and warm up, but I do have some requests from some students to cover certain topics. So if you have any requests, feel free to send a message on Facebook or put something in the comments below. Or just go right to karateforfree.com and we can have a free one-on-one virtual meeting and see what your goals are. All right, well, I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a great day. Stay safe.